What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about arm training secrets. I know I have discussed this topic a few times before, but I just feel like I've never gone completely in depth and have discussed the three most important key things that you need to be doing to get big arms, right? To grow your arms, because if you're watching this, that's probably what you want. You want to grow your arms. You're maybe stuck at a plateau, whether you're natural or not. Okay, I don't discriminate. I believe in being natural, but if you're not, whatever. I hope I can help you through this video. The first key takeaway I would like to talk about is consistency. A lot of guys put intensity in front of consistency, but I think consistency reigns supreme. And that is because you can consistently hit your arms, even if you're not training to a high intensity, training to failure. You can consistently hit your arms, let's say twice a week, every week for, let's say, a few months, and you're going to see some growth. You may plateau, but you're going to see some growth. And, after, like I said, a few months, you will be above average when it comes to arm size. Most popular fitness YouTubers, influencers, whatever you want to call it, their arm training videos would look something like this. They'll say, here's all the heads of the tricep, medial head, lateral head, long head. Here's all the heads of the bicep, brachialis, whatever the other ones are. I don't even look into that stuff. And they'll talk about all the heads, and then they'll give you workouts to hit those specific heads, those muscles. And then that's all they'll pretty much say. They won't go into the consistency you need, the intensity. That's the second key takeaway. I'll get into that in a moment. And the third, progressive overload. I'll get to that later. That's probably the best part of the video, so stick around for that. Now, consistency, I'll talk about my consistency, and then I'll go into what kind of consistency you should have if you want to see growth and to continue to see growth as you're training your arms. My consistency throughout my training, career, whatever you want to call it, I started out full body 3 days a week, and my arms started at around 13 something. I don't remember exactly, but they were around 13, close to 14. And just doing full body 3 days a week, that's 2 arm workouts for bicep and 2 for tricep. I got to 15, a little over 15. And that's a good size arm. For how lean I was, that is a very respectable arm size, but it wasn't great. Then I switched to kind of the Arnold split, where I'd go chest and back Monday, shoulders and arms Tuesday, legs Wednesday, then repeat the cycle. And my arms got to close to 16 inches, basically touching 16 inches. And I kind of kept that split. And that was only 2 workouts for my arms per week. And I was doing 3 movements. Saw a lot of growth doing that, but then I plateaued again. And this was all within 4 years. Now, just this past year, I started doing the same thing, 2 arm workouts per week, the same split, the Arnold split, whatever you want to call it. But I was only doing 2 movements, 3 sets for bicep and tricep. And I'll tell you what the difference was and what got me to 16 3/4. And I personally think that 16 3/4 at my body weight, my body fat percentage, is very impressive. Okay? I also have great shape to my arms, which is why I'm making this video. I feel like I can help you guys out. But besides that, the key difference was doing the workouts that felt the best to me, that gave me the best mind-muscle connection, and ditching the ones that didn't really feel right to me. I was doing a few movements, and I'll just give one for example, the dumbbell hammer curl. Any variation that I ever did of a dumbbell hammer curl, I just didn't feel it. I really did not feel it. I would do it because maybe some popular fitness guy told me to do it because it works. The long head of the bicep, the brachialis, and I just never really felt great doing it. But when I would do something like a dumbbell incline curl, okay, now the arm's supinated, I would feel that so much better and I would get great results. And another workout, standing barbell curl, I would get tremendous results doing that. But anytime I would do a dumbbell hammer curl, wouldn't feel it. But it might be different for you, okay? You might get great results doing a dumbbell hammer curl. And if that feels very well for you, you feel that mind muscle connection, I would keep that in your regimen, keep that in your workout program. But if it doesn't, ditch it. That goes for all workouts here, not just dumbbell hammer curls. Like, let's say if you're doing alternating, supinating dumbbell curls, where you supinate halfway through and come up, and that doesn't really feel good to you, stop doing it. But then you do preacher curls, either on the machine or with a barbell or a dumbbell, single arm, and it feels amazing for you, keep that in your program. When it comes to triceps, the same thing applies. If you're doing dumbbell French press behind the head and it feels phenomenal, keep it. If you're doing close grip bench press and you don't feel a thing, get rid of it, and vice versa. Exercise selection is very important in my opinion. If you look at old school bodybuilders such as Steve Reeves, I have his book, he gives 3 workouts that he loved doing, that he did all the time, and then he gives other ones that he did kind of every once in a while but didn't really feel good doing them, but he just gives them there for other people like you and me to kind of take in and be like, all right, maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll see if this works or not. And that's how you got to be. You got to find out which workouts work the best, and you just got to keep doing them. I would recommend twice a week, at least 3 sets for one movement in one workout. You can get away with doing 2. That's, let's say, standing barbell curl. You like doing that. You can get away with doing 2 very strict reps, pretty much going to failure. But that's another thing I would like to talk about. And this brings me into intensity. You need to be training to failure. And I'm not talking crazy cheat rep failure. I'm talking strict motion, maybe slightly cheating, but really going till you can't go no more. And that's another thing that has gotten me very respectable arms. That's training hard, day in and day out. Those 2 workouts a week, just going ham on my arms. Really dialing in on the movement I'm doing and just going hard. It's that simple. Keep going until you can't go no more. It's very simple. And I know a lot of guys say, oh, I train hard, but most people, I'd say 95% of lifters, they're not training as hard as they can be, and that's what's holding them back. So we covered consistency so far, 2 times a week at most, and intensity to failure, right? I would like to add rep ranges. I always keep my rep ranges between 7 reps and 12 reps. I usually rarely ever hit 12. I usually get to 10 or 11, and then it's just done, right? I don't have any more in me. Now, when it comes to deload weeks, I do think they have their place, but I really think you should only be doing a deload week based off of how you feel. If you feel fatigued, sore, either take a deload week, or if you just feel kind of like a slight hiccup in the way you're feeling, you don't feel your best, just push your workout back another day. You don't have to hit a workout that day if you don't feel great, right? You want to be able to push to the limits when you're working out, not kind of be like, all right, I don't feel that well today, I'll just kind of go through the motions. No, if you don't feel good, push it back another day. And this brings me to my third and final point, and that is progressive overload. If you're not doing progressive overload, if you don't even know what progressive overload is, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Okay, progressive overload is basically just getting stronger on the movements that you're doing. So I'll use standing barbell curl again. You want to get strong on that, right? You want to build up to, let's say, I would say a good number is 100 pounds on the barbell with pretty good form. Maybe you're slightly cheating for about 10 reps. That is very impressive and respectable for a natural lifter to have under his belt, right? You can do standing barbell curls for, like I said, 10 reps, 100 pounds. You have to build up to that, okay? I got to that over the summer into the winter this past year, reached that, but then I tweaked my wrist, so I've kind of been dialing it back a little bit, taking a lot of time off, but it's feeling good now. So ready to get back into it, and I want to go even further than that, right? It doesn't stop once you get to 100 pounds for 10 reps just because I said so. You want to keep on progressing. That's what progressive overload is. A lot of people apply this to their bench, their squat, but they fail to apply it to their arm training because somewhere along the line, someone was like, you know what? Training arms, you should only be going for a pump, which is not good information. You should feel it in your arms when you're working out, but you need to be progressively overloading. If you're not going to grow. You may feel a pump. You may see your bicep vein for the 100th time that year or whatever, but you're not going to be growing. You need the progressive overload. Same thing applies for all your muscles, okay? The way you train your chest or your back should be the way that you're training your triceps or your biceps. Progressive overload. If you don't know how to progressive overload, I'll just tell you right now, you want to work up on a weight to about 3 sets of over 8 reps, I would say. If you can give 3 good sets of 8 to 12 reps and you mastered that weight with good form, I would say move up the weight about 5 pounds and just keep doing those 5-pound increments. Eventually you will hit a spot where it's like it's hard to get past it, but got to keep going, right? Got to keep going, got to keep eating well. This is a topic for a whole nother video. I can go on a rant about that for 10 minutes, maybe 20. But you got to be eating well, got to get your calories in, your protein. And that's about it, guys. Now, at this part of the video, I'm going to give my favorite workouts. I'm not saying these are going to be your favorite workouts to do that give you the best mind-muscle connection, but these are the ones that I love doing. And the first one up for biceps is standing barbell curl. Definitely my favorite bicep workout. I'll do 3 sets of that, 8 to 12 reps. Slight cheat on it. Love that workout. Next bicep one is going to be the dumbbell incline curl. Unlike a lot of guys, I drop the incline down a little bit more to around 45 degrees, 50 degrees, and I like feeling a good stretch. And I'll flare out the dumbbell just slightly, really try to feel a good stretch. After that, the only other bicep workout I really do religiously is going to be the single arm preacher curl. It's growing on me a lot. I feel it a lot, and it's really hard, right? You really got to focus on not going down all the way, not straightening out the arm, keeping that bicep in that motion, and not moving your back, trying to compensate too much. It's a great workout. If you haven't done it, I would definitely recommend trying it. I like it a lot more than doing the machine at a commercial gym when you have both your arms doing it. It just feels awesome. And like I said earlier, if I want to hit the brachialis, I really never hit my brachialis because I feel like I'm hitting it doing all these other curl movements. If I really want to hit it, really dial in on it, I'll do reverse grip curls on the barbell and just go to failure on that. That's all I do for biceps. No need to talk about anything else. Once in a while, I'll do alternating dumbbell curls, supinating on the way up. But again, those aren't my favorite, so I don't really do them that often. Now on for triceps. My favorite tricep workout, and if you guys have been following the channel for a while now, you will know that it is the French press. I like doing mine on the pulley machine because it's a lot better on my elbows. I can get into a better position where I feel my triceps working a lot more. But I also know guys that love doing it with a dumbbell a lot more because then they feel it better. It depends on what works for you, but I do think this is probably the best tricep workout that you can be doing, and it hits all the heads basically, which is what you want out of a tricep workout. The next one I like doing is flat bar push down. A lot of guys like doing the rope push down. I prefer flat bar. It just feels like I get a better range of motion. And yeah, all I really have to say about that. Simple workout. Want to make sure that you're not bringing your elbows up too much on the way up. And yeah, that's all I got on that one. And the third one I like doing is probably, I would say, close grip bench press. And the form on this one, it's very tricky to talk about. You want to keep your elbows inside your body, okay, and push them up, but you don't want to have them completely against your rib cage. You just want to have them in. And you got to find a way where it feels good to you. You shouldn't be arching your back very much. This is not a chest workout. You're really trying to focus on the triceps. And those are the only tricep workouts I do. That's it. That's all I got. And that has gotten me, like I said, 16 3/4, right? Good shape. And I'll finish this video off by saying everyone's arm size, arm shape is going to be different. Okay, you see my arms, don't expect your arms to look like that. Everyone has their different genetics. Everyone is at a different body fat percentage. All that matters is that you're going to the gym consistently, 2 times a week, smashing arms, and you're trying to progressive overload on those babies. Guys, that's all I got for you in this one. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I've been very much informative for you and that you have learned something. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.